Yeah, this is usually a cat spring or something for the cats, right? I wasn't going to start the video yet. I haven't figured the cat can plug itself in as it's licking all its hair off and getting all that information. The electrical cat. Is it an electrical cat? My camera's not straight. My light's not straight. Let me fix this up. I got on here to do a quick video to explain a couple of short videos that I put up, and I'm gonna be all over the place like I usually am. And number one, I'm gonna have to go over and read what I wrote in order to explain this to you. In fact, I'm gonna put it up here and explain it to you. See, there's a whole system going on out there, and if I told you about how it works, you would say, okay, a bunch of nuts and bolts, right? Bunch of nuts and bolts, and look at that, just a piece of metal that looks nice. How do I put it together? Maybe a transmission, maybe a motor. What's a motor? What's a motor? Keep your motor running. What is a motor? What is a motor? How is it built for it to be the motor that it is? Is it an outboard motor or an inboard motor? Motor. Gotta just give me a second. I'm sort of just, I think I already posted this. How does the electrical system work? Okay. I have to stop fooling around on this. Get away this. Come here. Okay, I posted that. Plus, there was one other piece I wanted to post. I wanted to post this little piece here. Hold on. Copy text. Move this here. I can't even find my picture anymore. Wow, I got like 900 pages open up. Then I have a couple of designs to explain. I want to come in here and explain a couple of designs, but I got 900 windows open here. So let me catch up. I just hope I didn't. Okay, we got this one. And just 1 second. Oh, and I just did this video here, so I'm going to post the same thing here. Just give me a second. Okay, I did that, and I'm sharing this. I have, if you want, you can go see this 2 videos I put up just talking about some stuff about, I'm not sure if it's the solar eclipse coming or the moon and what's going on. Just give me a second. Yeah, and just give me a second. Let me do that. Okay. And I'm going to knock out that. Oh, maybe we should watch it together, you know. I'm going to tell you about there you go. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I was going to play this one video. 100 Let me
First,
explain.
we're going to tell you about the coming.
Hold on a second.
digits.
Hold on a
The old
second.
analog, A for analog, D for digital. 5.
Okay, so do you understand that? A for analog and D for digital. AD, after the death, before the Christ. So once we get from A, which is ABC, we then get to D, which is BCD. One beginning with A and one ending with D. This is 1, 2, 3, 6. This is 2, 3, 4, 9. The two worlds come together between the 0 and the double 0. Could it be 10, 20, 30? Is that what it is? Could it be out of order? Can we use it that way, out of order? Why 0, 0, 0? What is the difference between 0, 0, 0? Or is it 0, 0, 0 and 6, 6, 6? The 15th letter. 1 plus 5 equals to 6. And when you create that design, that if you square that off, it'll look like a rectangle. It'll look like a rectangle. Using 6 numbers on here, I'm completing 6 numbers. But when you write, all the letters only go here and here. Is that true? If I had to make the K, I would make my K here, inside of here. This is my way when my K goes here. But do you ever see that other K where the stick goes into the leg? And that's a possibility because it starts here, it goes up to here, and then this one runs into the leg because there's no center, meaning I'll be taking up more space. Occupational hazards. What does it mean, a hazard? Oh my God, I built a golf course and there's a hazard. And occupational hazard, what does it mean by the occupation of and the hazard is? You put on your 4-way hazards for the front and the back. You put on your hazards for the side. Well, it just so happens your flashers are in the corners and they're flashing in the front and the corners to the side. But we also have side flashers, right? Now we have flashers on our mirror. So we have to understand we are going from analog to digital. DIID, G for the gateway. It's IGI 979. We are changing the guard. We have come to a point where 75,000, let me see, 5,784. Well, we have all the guidelines. They didn't hide the guidelines, did they? You mean, what year is it? Somebody tell me the secret. What year is it? Well, if you speak to the Hebrew, I'm going to see what's going on. What New Year's are you celebrating in October or September? They're going to say, oh, the month of Tishrei, Shabbat, or Sukkot. Oh, yeah, the house. Tell me about it. It's the year 5785. So between this year and next year, 5784 times 13 equals to 75,192. And that is 5784. And the last moon, do we count the first moon coming in, or the moon that ends is the moon that begins, but it's not the moon cycle that we run? We get 13 fresh moons, but we end up in the next year. But although let's not count it, let's count the 13 moons for this year, and we'll be at 75,205, right? Right now, we're at the 75,000. Okay, apparently it's the 7th moon of this Jewish month. I just have to see, because in the 7 and the 8, that's the gateway. That's your gateway. And we're changing moons analog into digital. We're going in a completely new system from the old system. I do not know what's running with the Mars system. Rover the dog, move over, right? Because Mars is holding on to 2 moons. I think it's Deimos, Demons, Democrat. The mirror moon, or it's Phobos. You do know that Phobos and Deimos both work with 2 and 4. 4 times 4 is 16, from the 4 from the D, and then with the Earth moon, which is another 4, because the M is the 13th letter, 1 and 3 is 4. It's the DC moon, the AM moon, the split moon that works for both sides. It's the moon in the center that gives for both sides, 1 moon. But according to what I understand, we're always working with a 3 moon rotation. There's 1 center moon. So let me have a little warm of my little Java, 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 Java. So in the year 57, hold on, 5785, 5785 times 13 equals to 75,205. So this would be ending moon 204. Okay, this is actually ending moon 204, not 205. 204. So 204. So I have to recalculate this. 5784. You see, because there's two calculations in this. 5783 ending times 13 equals to 5783 gives me 75,179. Okay. 5784 gives me 75,192. Okay. When we complete this year, right? When we complete this year, we're in the 7th month, right? The 7th month, remember that. So the 7th month is about the 7th or 8th moon. So we're running at moon 75, 199. Then we have 75. Just got to write this down. Sorry if I'm jittering like that. Then we have 75, 200. Then we have 75, 201. Right? So when I end my 5784, when we celebrate 5784, what happens is that's ending. That means those moons up to 192 are done. We have done those moons. Right now, we're actually running the moons, okay, of 5785 by 13 moons, because when you say it, it's all the moons up to that date. We'll be running into moons 75,202, 75,203, 75,204, and 75,205. That's where our moon cycle ends. If we want to go up to the year, we're going to go up to the year 2030, and 2030 is the year 7590. Sorry, 5790. And that just get 5790 times 13 moons, okay, equals 75,270. Okay. 7527. Earth is in between the two gateways in 2030. I'm going to show you more on this. I'm going to just show you this. I hope you don't lose this. Right. Here's the year we're in now. When you call the year you're in, all those next moons are for the year. These over here, starting at 193, 75, 193, counting over to this number, 75, 193. Okay. There's 12. Count the 3, 4, 5, all the way up to here. There's a total of 13. 13 equals to 99. It is sky pass and area space. Time heaven. So it's running between 4th in the mirror worlds all the way to what is 18th, the beginning and the end. And then what you have, what is 1st and 2nd, right, in the TH world, which would be 19th and 20th. When you get to 21 or 21st, you have succeeded, you have finished one level of 20. The French will say this word over here as 4 times 20, yet when it comes to 60, they just say 60. But when they go into what is 70, they go 60 plus 10 through 19. But it's not just that easy because 17, 18, 19 are not like the other numbers. It's said as this or what is 10. And do note that 10 is 39 and also for Xian dog and 10. Okay, take away, see that? All these differences. One is between E, one is between I. And we're going to have to, and this is 501 right over here, right? In fact, this is 509, this over here, because they're all Roman numerals. So what we're going to do is we're going to have 37. This tells me it's running, okay, right in the 2 area, this, or it's splitting everything apart, one out of the 2. 37, right? If you take the 2 center numbers for this, it'll be 17 and 20 equals to 37. There's no other numbers that really fit in this because if they do, right, it's going to do this. This one over here is going to be, sorry. I didn't mean it that way. This one over here and this one over here are 17 and 20. But if I needed to go in between them, let me restructure this. Right? See, it's 17 and 20. And in order to restructure this, I would have to do this. And what I would get over here is I would get 18 and 1937 or 16 and 2137. This is where my cube fits in. Here's number 14. Here's number 23. This is AD and this is BC. They're both switched on each side of this area. 111. This would be your, I don't want to say where it's going to be, but it's in the hexagon. Okay. It's in the hexagon. And if you want to create something from the hexagon, we surely can. You know, we can surely put wings on this hexagon, make it like a ship. And if you want to send the ship in both directions, then we certainly can send the ship in both directions. 10, 10. Also noted that's an hourglass, so it looks like an 8. We're just gonna put that up here. So this here is the center of roulette. The total of this is 111. Here's my 5. Here's my 5 from analog to digital. So if I was counting 1, 2, 3, 4, right, which equals to 10, if I use the analog, which is here, I'll go 1, 2, 3 equals to 6, or the 60 seconds on the clock. And if I want to use the digital here, I'll go 4, 3, 2 equals to 9, or 90 seconds on the clock. And that, I'm going to just make a very small design that this is the 9 and that's the 6. And the easy way to get is to understand a little bit more about this. By using this in star system math, you will end up with 9 and 6, 3 times 3 and 3 plus 3. I call it star system because when I do it, it creates a star. Creates that star. Can I create another star like that? My next star like that would look like this. That's the way my next star would look. The Earth star, the Mars star. Does X mark the spot? Builder's codes, how to build with builder's codes by drawing on the line or to a corner. So now that we have this, we're just going to do a little bit of just this little put together. I don't even have to do that. I want to show you the basic to start with it. Just give me a second. Is that what happens with this? I mean, although you can see the X with it, right? It does this. It's only 6 arms to go on here, right? So again, with 6 arms, the 8 shows up when you connect these two. But when it's made this small, there is no connection with those two. So I just like to just add this on. It almost looks like that star that they had during Man in His World. Remember Man in His World years ago? They used to have all kinds of Star of Davids. De Terre means man of the world, the same thing. And that was apparently Jesus at the time. So, where were we? Yeah, we were talking about this, and what's special about these numbers before I get back over here is that in French it said 10 and then all these numbers. So if it said 10 and all these numbers, that means this one, when you get to 70, right? When you get to 70, I have a phone call. I really can't. I'm going to take it. Just give me a minute. What's up? For no reason. I don't know. If they call you, let them call you. No, go with them. Go with them. Go with them. Because I can't think right now. I'm doing the video. So, okay, ciao. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so the reason I do this is because Earth is that, and Mars is that. In most cases, it's really that Earth is and Mars is. But it can't be that only. It can also be Earth is number 52, Earth 7, and this is Mars 51, 6. So if you're looking for the understanding for the spirit of 76, that relationship, okay, is also passing, okay, what is through the moon system. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 is 6 and 7. 6 and 7 is 13. There's other ways to get to 13. And the other way to get to 13 is in the year 5785. 8 and 5 is 13, and 12. This year we put 12 and 12 together. Next year it becomes Man on the Moon. We come to here, number 201. In the previous video, I said 501. And what it is 501 has to do with Mars, vibration in between. Not only is it 2, 3, 4, but it's also what is 9, 8, 7, and 6. So now either we're going to use the 9 or we're going to use the 6. So it's just like what was 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Which became 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Now we're inverting this to what is 9 through 6, where you go 9, 8, 7 equals to 24, or you go 8, 7, 6 equals to 21. So you would have U and X coming together. You would also have what is C and F coming together. This is the fox, and this is a clue. The fox ain't got a clue. At the same time, there's relationships. This one here mirrors. It's also the number we're in. It's also in relationship to Pluto. Pluto works in the 6 by 28, equaling to what is 6 by 28. Sorry about that. 120 and 56. Is it 176? Just let me think about it. Right. It equals to 168, to where we use the other matter, 7 by 24, in order to reach the 168, the number of hours in a week. Right. So now here, these are my numbers, just like this, which equal to 10. This equals to 6. This equals to 9. This one over here, obviously, add on 9 to one and 6 to the other, and they're both going to equal what is 30. I just got one more message, my nephew, so I gotta do it. Okay. So where were we with this? And number 13 also represents Jupiter for 13. And that 99 is also 66, and it's the rotation, and it's rotation and a percentage. The percentage is 1.5. Okay, the 7 and the 8 goes in between, but 7 and 8 is 15. 1 and 5 adds on to that 6. This gets inverted to 66, and what it does is it connects the number 5 to the number 7, and that happens to be the electric moon. In between is the 8 connecting the two sides, and I can show you that in one of these pictures here. Just one second. Oh, and now we come to match up with this 5184. 51 or 57, if you twist it, right? This comes here. Pluto meets Mars right over here. 135, the divided sun. Why the divided sun? Why matter and energy? M-E, Mars and Earth, Mercury. E also comes together with Venus, the flip side of Venus. The reverse alphabet is E and V. Let me see if I can get that. See, here's one of the things. You see number 7 here and number 9 here. Well, what happens is 6 and 8 go right over the 6 will connect 5 to 7, 7 to 5. The 8 will go right over here, halfway between 7 and 9. Your birth comes into the heaven, and then you live down here where the 13 is. And this is number 91, and that's where we are on April 1st, the 91st day of the year. Left side, right side, and in the center. Never connect together all the lines. Not connecting together. Here's another one, right? You go up to 7 over here. See the 7? It's that single chop here. These are your 66s, which can also be your, I'm questioning if 6 is here, right? And 7 is here. Is 9 connecting on the above row through the 7th gate? Right? So I'm just trying to understand this whole scenario that could be happening here, right? Because I'm going up 7, 9, 11, 13, 13 in this one here. And if you look at the game of pool, right, it goes up to 15, where there's 7 below and then there's 7 above. But when you go above, they crisscross. You have to remember there's a crisscross happening in here. And that's where I come up to more of this over here. No, well, no, I don't like this one. I prefer to use this one. I know it's a little small to see. And here's, I don't know, top left-hand corner, if you take a look over here, right? There's another one identical here. The 15 crisscrosses at the top. And then possibly we're living in between here. Or in between the 4 of them. Or if I create more where there's one of the main houses we live in that's separated in 2. You see all these? This is a 4, right? I should be making a 9, just like the cube, Rubik's Cube. And you can either live in the 4 corners or in the center of 8 that surround. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then below here, there should be some more of them. Would that be it? This is Earth living on the heart. You see the double line here, just like the donut going around the curling. What happens in this one, right? There should be actually just one of them in here. I can do that here with one of them. I have to take up a complete square. Earth takes up a square in between 2 sides, this line in between, right? Mars makes up more of what H and I is than anything else. Where was I with this? I'm going to be taking a 1. Okay, just give me a minute. I have to check something. Just give me 1 minute. I'm trying to, okay, I'm just going to warm up my coffee. I'm coming back. So 1 minute break or 2 minute break, even though there's nobody here, that's fine. Just take 2 minutes, go to the washroom. I'll be back in a minute, just having a tea. Okay, so let me come back. So we're going back to the word digital, and this piece that I worked on 20 years ago, Dragon Ball Z, Return of the Signal Testing System, and our calendars between the Mayans, and I have one little thing I wanted to show. I'm not sure where it is. It could be in my notes here. Yeah, and you can see over here in the roulette, right? We have 17, 34, and 6 where it says orphelin. If you want to look this up, you can even ask your computer, say to your computer, I want to have orphan roulette, and it'll show you this. And you can see 17, 34, and 6 or 1776, where it becomes 8, 7, and 6 or 21, 7, 7 to the 7th gate. And there's 3 letters, could be for cat, could be for dog. On the other side is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters. Dog is number 39, which is angel. I did this yesterday. Right. So in here, it adds up to 5775. And that was the year ending in the year 2015, which is 77 times 75. Okay, I'm just going to show you this little thing. Right, 77 times 75, electric company equals 5775 times 13 moons, okay, equals to 75075. It just so happens, okay, it just so happens that 7 times 5 and 7 plus 5 equals 1235, okay, 12 and 35. So remember that. 7 times 5 equals 35. 7 plus 5 equals to 12. This total here, okay, is 47. But 5 and 3 equals to 8, and 1 and 2 equals to 3. We have 38 we have for the club. We also have it for gold. We also have monkey. Yes. We also have what is 11, 11, 11. 11 times 11 times 11 is 1331. So why does this go for this? Well, what happens is this Rubik's Cube, the house, the Mecca house, Kaaba, right, is 9s all over. But what happens, okay, is when you start using the the rules and regulations for this game, right? Where you minus whatever dots, you minus 2 dots, you got 7. You minus 1 dot, you got 8. You minus 3 dots, you got 6. You minus 6 dots, you got 3. What does that mean? 6 dots here, 3, 6. I got 3 left over. 3, 5. I got 4 left over. Look at that P and L coming together. I turn this over 4 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left over. Now, when you want to go 2 by 2, the 4, 5, and 6 are 2 by 2. All the 4 corners are used. The only 2 by 2 you have is in 2 and 3. Here's your 2 by 2. That's your beta creation. And here everything goes into 4s. But in life, in order to advance in life, this is the minimum that you will always get. 2 and 1, 2 and 1, 2 and 1, 2 and 1. But when the 2 die, you can't make anything through 1. You automatically need this to make anything live. 2 for the 1 and 2 for the 1. They join this 1 and you keep producing. But anyways, no big deal. So you can see that this dice cube has a 6 and a 3 and a 5 and a 4 and a 4 and a 5 and a 3 and a 6 and a 2 and a 5 and a 1, and a 2 and a 7 and a 1 and an 8. And each one of these, okay, is going to produce a total of 9. When you add them all, if I were to go adding up all of them 1 through 8, I get 30. I get 36. If I add up 2 through 7, right, I end up taking away the 1 and the 8. I take away 9, I get 27. If I add up the 3 through the 6, I take away the 1 and 2, 3 and 15, take away 18. So I'm going to end up with what? 3, 4, 5. I'm going to end up with 18. If I add up 4 and 5, I'm going to add up with the total of between 4, nothing in between, I'll get 0, 9. Here, nothing in between, I'll get 0, 9. If I'm adding up this one over here, I'll get 18. So this is my scenario I'll be looking at. This is my math. This is one move, and this is one move. These two are 2 moves, which means let's not leave them without the game chip, the zeros. So what that means is 180 degrees. I take this and I turn it upside down, 180 degrees. It means halfway. So if I do this and turn it halfway, I just get the other side. See that Rubik's gear? I'm going to take 2 turns. 1 turn, right? 2 turns. Look at that. 1 turn, 2 turns, 3 turns, and 4 turns comes home. But 3 turns, right, keeps it to, whoop, that was 2. 3 turns keeps it to the right. Now, if I go 1 turn, 2 turns, 3 turns, it keeps it to the back. So every time you turn 3, it makes 1 less movement. So the 11, 11, 11, right, is over here. Right, I got all 9. So if I take 2 sides, of Rubik's, 9 and 9 equals to 18. And I now show you the 6 dot, and the opposite side is the 1 dot. It equals to 7. I have a total left over of 11, which from the 1, there is 8. And from the 6, there is 3. This is the half-life. 83 is monkey. 22 for life is ape. Now, what do we do here? How can we get 3 mathematically? 11, how do we get 8? 11 and 11. When we have opposite sides, I have 2 opposite sides equaling to 4. Here, I got 99. Here, I got 90, 90, 99. Now, if I want to watch a TV program now and I want to see something for a little bit more information, I'm going to go, hold on a second. I'm going to go maybe over here and go reboot 90, 90, 99. Reboot 90, 90, 99. Hold on a second. Maybe I'll do this here. Reboot 9090. Reboot TV 909099. Hold on a second. Let me fix this. 1 second. 1 second. I know. Come on. Okay, here it is.
Shh, go away. Give away my hiding place.
Bob, are you feeling all right?
Quiet. Get down. Get down.
What is it? Viral binomes? A Roman chair? Is it megabyte?
Oh no. It's coming.
It slices, dices, cuts, copies, pastes, and even formats julienne fries!
But wait, there's more. Now.
For only for the 100 pop kip nothing!
Surprise you.
A perfect strap. $99.99! That's it! You're getting dismantled.
Glitch. Screwdriver.
So that's what I wanted to show you. Now, okay, so let's get back to, so what happens now, right, that we were talking about, if you're still here, is that this math problem here is 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to 1, equals to 2 and 1 equals to 3, and 2 equals to 5. So we started with A right here. It's 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to 1 equals to 2. And then we have it again, right? 1 equals, okay, and 1 and 1 equals to 1 equals to 2. So between the three of these, right? And then we have 5, 5, 5, because 3 of them is the basic cycle, right? Now what happens is you have 3 on the low side and 6 on the upper side. I'm just trying to show you the base. What happens is this one here gets put together. Sorry, this one here gets to put together. 11, 11 equals 22. So what we're going to do is 2 times 2 equals 4, and 2 plus 2 equals 4, and 4 and 4 equals to 8, and 16 equals to the 24 hours, the divided gate. This equals to 8 and 6, and that'll equal to 14, which will equal to 5 and 4, okay, which will equal to 5 and 4 equals to 9, but together it equals to 29. You know, like the 92nd day of the year in the leap year, this is the sun system. We have to do this times 3, and that's going to equal to 42, and that's a gateway through this Rubik's Cube. So what happens after you do this, and I think I went a little quick, 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 equals 4 and 4, 8. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 is 2 and 1, 3. We now have monkey in the half-life. Why? Because the 6 and 1 dot is a half-life. This is a half-life, this one here. There's no life on the outside. It goes with the 6. The 2 in the center of this cube, although on here, linear would be more like this in plywoods, right? These are not together. They're separated. Everything is separated in the middle. These two that are counted in a cube, if I want to know its diameter, I'm going to count the corners and not in between. That's why I counted the half-life or the third life, because there's actually 3 opposite sides and 3 in the corners and 2 over here and 1 over here. So this is 1 ring, and then there's a different ring for these and a different one for these, or maybe caps. There's before caps. Anyways, that's how you get your Rubik's Cube. We spoke about the 75, right? I was talking about the 75, right? And what happens is you get 35 and 12 equaling to 47, and that's time. And what's ironic is that in French, if you use the word right? 10, 39, 49, and 8 is 57. It also brings it down to time. It also, 47 will be 28 and 11 equals to what is 39 angel. And it's going to explain the word 10. Okay, and 10. 39 will explain the word 10. It explains the word dog. When you minus it, it equals to 17, and that's your Q gate. That's your earth gate. 5 and 2 will equal what is 17. 5 times 2, 5 plus 2 is 10, and 7 equals to 17. Also, through what is the numeric value for Venus. 1 times 8, 1 plus 8 is 9, and 8 equals to 17. 7, 8, 9, 10 between Venus and Earth, the second and the third planet in the BC world coming together. There was one other thing I wanted to mention. This is what happens here. Watch out for 495. What it is I'm counting by 11, right? And I'm counting by nines. Here I come up with area space with this one, or 42, dividing area, and this one's Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ matches up with the moon because of what numeric value 13 does. Anyway, since there's nobody here and it's been almost 47 minutes, 40 seconds, Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus, I want to thank you for watching this video. Whoop, didn't end. How come?